What's going on, National Sports Chat family, man? And we back with another QuilleZone, man. And today, you got me in the building, man. You got me in the building. And today, we going to be talking about a whole host of topics, man. We got a special guest on the phone, somebody that's very controversial. And you know I'm controversial, so I had to bring somebody else controversial on so we could get, you know what I'm saying, get something going today. But to shout out the sponsors, man. Small businesses, big businesses, man. Check out the Grind magazine, man. They'll put you in front of the culture, and they're the best way, the best place and way to market your business and promote your business, man. So check out the Grind magazine again. That's the Grind magazine. And also shout out to Eastream Live Podcast Network. This is how this whole production is being shot currently. I want to make that be clear. This is how this whole production is being shot currently. You got to shout out to Eastream Live Podcast Network. Podcasters, if you want to start a podcast, take your podcast to the next level or anything, make sure you go tap in with Eastream Live Podcast Network, and they'll get you right, man. But like I said, man, we got a special guest in the building today, man. And you know, I'm known to be a little controversial, so I want to get his reaction real quick to the dunk contest, man. We got my brother Cam in the building, all the way from Chicago.
What is going on, man? What is going on? How y'all feeling?
Man, we just cooling, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great on this day. Thanks for having me on the show.
Man, for sure. You know that's nothing, bro. Let me get your reaction to the dunk contest, man.
How did I know that was coming? I felt like that was one of the best dunk contests of all time.
One of the best?
One of the best of all time, if not the best.
It was competitive.
And what happened? It so happens that Aaron Gordon got robbed a second time.
You calling it a robbery?
Robbery, highway robbery. He got robbed the first time of the greatest dunk contest all time at the time. And then he happens to put on the best show of all time this past weekend and lose again. I don't understand. I don't think people understand how difficult it is to dunk over a 7'6" player, the tallest player in the world.
But he ain't, I don't want to sound crazy, but he ain't clear him though, bro.
He didn't clear him. Come on, man. Did you see how high the man got after in a sudden death? It was sudden death. It was spontaneous. It was on the spot. That's what the dunk contest is about. Electricity. It's about just bringing that fire. And he brought it. He brought it through and through. And I felt the judges should have judged it separately instead of, you feel me, or they should have judged it holistically instead of by that one last dunk, because Aaron Gordon's arsenal of dunks were it killed.
But I mean, if you want to judge about a whole grouping of dunks, which he did have, I'm not gonna sit here and cap. He had some of the best dunks I done seen, but it got to a point to where I just started like to not respect it, because he did Jones dunk just because Jones did it. He like, man, I'm gonna do it because you did it. He got a 50 for it, so I should get a 50 for it. That shouldn't warrant a 50 to me, bro. You feel me? Like, you need to come, like, I feel like creativity should be a part of it.
Creativity is a huge part of the dunk contest, and I feel he brought it. That dunk between the legs that Jones did and he replicated, I felt like he shouldn't have. But Jones also replicated Zach LaVine's dunk, which, you feel me, Zach LaVine did against Aaron Gordon 3 years prior. And it's just like, okay, you can't be, you feel me, that unoriginal, and didn't even do it as well. He did between the leg dunk 4 times. It was like, okay, I'm tired of seeing this. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Gordon brought that fire. He showed what the dunk contest was supposed to be. You know.
I think, to be all honest, I don't think he got robbed. I think what happened was they robbed Jones on his last dunk. That shouldn't have been a 48. That should have been a 50. Then if you want to say, all right, they robbed Gordon, all right, I could see that, because that shouldn't have been a 47. That should have been a 50. Long story short, it should have been a whole nother round. You feel me?
Yeah.
But one person I feel like they did cheat was Connaughton, bro. Like, bro, he came and hit it off that backboard.
Yes, sir. Old to white man can't jump. He did that. he definitely balled it. You see him? You paid homage to him with the fit. He definitely had some nice dunks, and I felt they cheated him. I felt like they overlooked Dwight Howard's first dunks where they should have looked at it a few more times. But we should have better. We would have better judges next year, I feel. Everybody can't judge because they can't do. You know what I'm saying? We got actual dunkers. But that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, that was one thing I was going to kind of get into, too, because I'm like, yo, you got people up here that can't dunk, you feel me, never dunk. That's like me judging it. Like, I can't really give you because I can't tell you how hard it is to dunk. I just know I can't dunk, you feel me?
Right.
So, let alone to have, what's the dude named Chadwick Boseman, the Wakanda dude. Like, what is you doing? Like, he giving 8s out. You feel me? Like, come on, bro. Yeah, man. But I know you gotta go though. But one last question before I let you go: is Kawhi dethroning LeBron in front of our eyes?
Whoa, that's a bold statement, my guy. That's a bold statement. LeBron
You said it's bold.
LeBron is a bad man who's having arguably his best season of his career in his 16th season.
I think his 15th was better than this one.
You say last season?
Yeah.
Statistically or?
Statistically.
Statistically, yeah, he's leading the league in assists. Oh, wow. He's leading the league in assists on top of, you feel me, still a 25-point per game score. What, 8, 9 rebounds per game? That's rather impressive. Nearly a triple-double. And his team is number 1 in the West. So, I mean, yeah, Kawhi Leonard is having a great season. And I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, as you know, but I can't overlook, you feel me, the things he's doing this year. It's like, you won't see that from no 35-year-old ever again.
And I feel that.
Yeah, so is he destroying them? Not yet. We'll see in the playoffs. That's where the real prevail.
Yeah, like, but I think he we seeing it in front of our eyes, man. Like, it's slow but surely, because how I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, the two head-to-heads they had this year, Kawhi abused them in each one. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kawhi had, on the opener night, he had 36 rebounds, 5 assists. Christmas, he had 35, 12, and 5. You feel me? Like, and LeBron just wasn't coming to the plate. You feel me? So I feel like we kind of seeing Kawhi trying to take the throne away, man. Then especially with the MVP, like, it's just different, bro. But like you said, we gonna see in the Western Conference Finals for real.
We will see. But one thing I want to mention, you just can't overlook that guy, Kevin Durant. Achilles injury is not healthy. That's the baddest man on the planet.
Bro,
that's my final statement on that.
And I'm gonna let you go with that. But I told Shaq, I told him, bro. And I'm counting this year as 1 year, bro. But then within the next 3 years, he gonna have another chip, bro.
You got my word on that too.
Like, bro, I'm taking it to the bank, bro.
Take it to the bank, because I believe it. That is a bad man. Him and Kyrie Irving, that's
yeah,
bad.
bro.
People not ready for that skill. That amount of skill has never been on a roster before. Unless it's All-Star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a fact. Yeah. That's a fact. I'll let you have that, man. But no, though, bro, I appreciate you coming in and checking in with us today, bro.
I appreciate you having me.
Man, we gonna have you in here. We gonna toss you up on the video next time so the folks at home can see you, man.
Got you, you know.
Easy.
Get your views up.
Easy. We'll bet it up then. I'm gonna get up with you in a few, bro.
All right, take it easy, my brother.
Easy, bet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like I said, man, we just had the guest, man, and he one of those controversial guys like I am, man, and he feel like Aaron Gordon got robbed. I don't feel like that. Dave feel like he got robbed too, but I don't know, man. It's just, I feel like it should have been another round on it, if anything. I'm not really ready to say he got robbed. But one thing I do want to say, like what me and Cam talked about, was the judges, bro. Like it has to be some type of change somewhere. Like you got people judging dunks that can't dunk, ain't never dunked, don't know, you feel me, how to even judge how hard a dunk is. Like I said, that's like me trying to judge how a dunk contest. Literally, like I can't really sit there and really tell you how hard a dunk is because I can't dunk. So it's hard enough for me just to dunk. So everything gonna look like a 10 to me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, man. Another thing I want to get into is just the All-Star game as a whole, man. Like one thing I definitely appreciate was Chris Paul coming to Adam Silver and changing the format of it. I like how they're able to get charities involved now. And I feel like the guys are more serious about it because they like, hey, man, we able to come together and hoop for a cause. You know what I'm saying? This money is going directly to one of these charities in this building. And nobody's going to lose, you know what I'm saying? The charity's always going to come out. I think one had got 400-some thousand and the other one got 100,000. So I feel like it's good for the community as well as just to watch, you know what I'm saying? Just watching basketball in general. Like you want to see the NBA giving back to certain areas and neighborhoods, especially if they're using that area and neighborhood to do the All-Star. You know what I'm saying? And Chicago is one of those places that need that. And also, I just like how serious the guys is taking it. We never seen a charge in the All-Star game, so I felt like that was some of the like most craziest competitive edge thing that was going on. Cause Kyle, I think the ref was just so surprised that that Lowry took the first charge. He didn't call it. He was like, "Man, I'm not calling that. We're in an All-Star game," and I feel him for that. But it's like, man, nah, you got to call that. And the guys were out there playing serious, and they wanted it, man. And one thing I would also like to highlight was the quarters. Like being able to play in quarters, that was dope too. Cause like it started over every quarter, so you felt like, all right, it's 0-0, it's 0-0. I had to really check on ESPN. Like, damn, it can't be 0-0. LeBron just outscored them by like 12. So once I went back and looked, I'm like, oh, all right. So that's how the format change is. But yeah, though, man, I feel like I liked everything about the All-Star game. I'm surprised by Giannis picks. It felt like he was just put on a mask and just started picking. Anybody who not the alpha on their team, come play with me. For real. But honestly, I thought they was going to get watched. I actually tweeted like a minute into the game, like, yeah, Team Giannis about to get washed out of here. But I was surprised, like if just pure scoring and didn't come into play at the end in the fourth quarter and just time was into play, I feel like Team Giannis would have did it, man, because it just was one of them situations to where they just didn't have the scores and the closes like Team LeBron did. Cause once you got LeBron, AD, Harden, Chris Paul, Tatum, who else? You got Russ on that team. They had Lillard, even though he didn't even play. You just had a host of guys that could just get it done. Devin Booker, I think. But, yeah, man, it was just a host of guys that could get it done. And Team Giannis really didn't have those closers like that. Of course, he had Kemba and himself, you know, Chris Middleton and guys like that, and Bam on the bio. But I don't know how closing would do for them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I feel like the only thing I would change is kind of making Giannis pick a better team. Because I feel like if Giannis would have just had one of those guys, maybe if he had Chris Paul, maybe if he had Harden, or if he had Kawhi, maybe he could have won because he needed a closer on that team. It just couldn't be him getting after it, going crazy. And, yeah, other than that, I feel like the whole weekend was good. One thing I had to shout out to Spike Lee, man. He always putting on for Morehouse, man. Just like, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to put on right now. You turn the hat to the front just so y'all can see it, man. I enjoyed that. I'm watching the game. I'm like, oh, he got on the Morehouse hoodie. So I always appreciate that once I see it and I see alumni putting on. And also, I just felt like it was just more so like exciting than any other All-Star game because most of the time, once you look over, I seen a picture when LeBron was going one-on-one with Giannis, and every celebrity is standing up almost on the court because they like, man, I can't miss this. So it brought that thrill back to it, and I was happy that we could get that in a place like Chicago because they needed. The Bulls been down for so long. And it's one of those cities that's a basketball city, so anytime anything exciting can happen with basketball, there is just turn the city up regardless. But yeah, to move off of that, we got to talking about Kawhi dethroning LeBron as well while Cam was on the phone. And like I said, man, I hate to be that guy, but Dave, I'm gonna have to be that guy, man. I think Kawhi taking him out in front of our eyes, and we just not noticing it, man. I feel like we kind of slow to it, but it's just the things like once you go head up with him the 2 times they did during the season, and he beat him, you know what I'm saying, those 2 times, then he come back with the new named MVP All-Star trophy named after Kobe. I'm thinking like, all right, LeBron got to get it this year. They just switched it to Kobe's trophy. Oh, he got to get it. He a Laker, all that. Exactly. Didn't happen. So I'm like, man, like I was just surprised that went on. And I feel like at every stop and angle that Kawhi could beat LeBron, he trying to do it. Like he's not trying to leave anything on the table. Everything he can do to beat him, I feel like he's doing it to beat him. I don't see nothing else. I feel like it's just we just not realizing it, and we may not realize it until the Western Conference Finals until they knock them off. But pay attention to that. Pay attention to that, y'all. Like I said, even just to go through the stat line on the opening night when they played, Bron had 18, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, shot 7 for 19, 1 for 5 from 3. Like I said, Kawhi 36 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 10 for 19, 1 for 5 for 3. But he dropped 30. Then on Christmas night, LeBron, which Shaq, you still owe me my 80 push-ups for that, and you're not going to get out of here without doing them 80. And we're going to post that for y'all. Because he said LeBron going to get over 25 points and they going to win. It's not going to happen. LeBron had 23, 10, and 9, shot 9 for 24 from the field, 2 for 12 from the 3. Excuse me. Kawhi had 35, 12, and 5, shot 11 for 19, 5 for 7 from the 3. And you can't, I mean, it's hard to just not say, look, Kawhi is not, you know how guys say, like, oh, yeah, I get up, you know what I'm saying, for this game. I feel like every time anything versus Kawhi and LeBron is on the table, Kawhi is getting up for it every time and not leaving anything to chance, man. So you got to just take your hats off to a guy like that that's willing to be competitive with the best, you know what I'm saying, right now, I'm currently. Let me make that clear because I don't want nobody to take that and clip that and cut that like, oh, he called LeBron the best. Currently. Currently, let me put a time on that. 2020 as of February 18th, LeBron is currently the best. You know what I'm saying? So, anytime you just compete and try to knock off the top dog at any chance you get, I gotta respect it and salute it. And I feel like that's what Kawhi is doing. And I mean, you can't tell me no different. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about that too. Is Kawhi dethroning LeBron in front of our eyes? And I feel like that's going to be a bit controversial because, you know, how people I'm a LeBron fan. They ain't trying to hear that. But I just want to, you know what I'm saying, I just try to provide facts to the situation. And another thing I wanted to get to was the athlete of the decade. And I don't want to make this seem like this just all about LeBron because it's not. But on the Drink Champs podcast, I seen Floyd Mayweather come out and talk about how he was kind of just disappointed in the fact that LeBron got athlete of the decade, which I understand. And I know it's nothing you can take away from LeBron for the athlete of the decade. He's just as worthy of it, in my opinion, as Floyd. But for me, I got to go with Floyd, though, man. It's just the excitement that Floyd gave me over the excitement that Bron gave me is just on a totally different playing field. You got a guy who beat Mosley, beat Ortiz, Guerrero, Cotto, Canelo, Maidana twice, Pacquiao, and McGregor, all within these 10 years, and he only fought seven of those years out that 10 and made over $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, I don't want to tie money to it, but it just seemed like he was the most box office, man. And he gave me the most competitive fights I seen, especially from him recently. He watched Mosley after Mosley had him tight in the first. Ortiz got him out of there. Guerrero was talking cash. Cotto, it was a little bit tougher, but he got Cotto. Canelo schooled him. Maidana, it was, he had to run it back twice, but at the end of the day, he watched them all. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao included, McGregor included. And I seen that he recently said that he may run it back with McGregor and Khabib from the UFC. He was saying, what did he say? He said they were thinking about him fighting Khabib like at the middle of the day, then fighting McGregor at later that night. I'm like, what? And he was, I guess what he was just saying is just easy. It's too easy. I could beat these guys with my eyes closed. It's easy. Even for him being at that age of 42 that he's at, he still feel like he could do it. And I'm one of them guys, like, I seen Floyd beat everybody, and it's like, I really don't want to see him fight no more. I just want to see him just walk off into the sunset, just like how Kobe did at the end of his career. He was like, man, I'm going to put up this last little 60 and I'm going to get out of here. So if Mayweather does fight again, I just want whoever he fights, either Khabib or McGregor, that has to be it, bro. Like, I don't want to see you fight anymore. Like, the work you got out there already is just enough to be marveled over at any time. Like, I'll put a Floyd fight up and just watch it any time of day, any time of night, just because it's art, and it's just seeing somebody just be able to defend themselves like that. It's an art to it. So that's one thing I like, was I always watch them. And like I said, man, it's just a matter of preference. I can't say Floyd deserves it any more than LeBron deserves it, because LeBron did some amazing stuff this decade, especially with just stuff off the court. Like, I don't think anybody's off the court resume lines up with LeBron's. Like, what he does is just amazing, especially for the I Promise school. But like I said, man, it's just a matter of preference for that. And the next thing is just to keep it basketball. Can Portland finish out in the playoffs? And I know. You like, man, they got a Dame bias. They always come on here and talk about Damian Lillard. I don't have a bias. I seen it today. I'm like, it looks pretty good. I can't lie to you. It looks pretty good, because they're in the 9th seed. They're 4 games out of the 8th seed. So if the playoffs will start today, they'll be out of the playoffs. So what I did, I'm like, man, you can't tell me that Dame, McCollum, Whiteside, and Melo and Ariza are about to miss the playoffs. So I just like, all right, let me go check out the schedule. And once I checked out the schedule, it provided clarity to me. I'm like, okay, even though Dame is coming off being hurt during this All-Star break, I don't know how long he'll be out, but I don't expect that long. And I went through it, like, each of their schedules, and I'm like, okay, I got Memphis winning 7 more games, and it's over with, like, literally. And I got them going 7-21, and I got Portland finishing out 18-8. And that'll be able to put Portland at the low end in the AFC, because I don't think Dallas is going to drop no further down than what they are already. So, yeah, I feel like they'll be able to make it and end up making some noise. They just got to come together and keep playing as a team. And they did get robbed. I forgot who they were playing, but they got robbed at one game when they called it. I think they called it a goaltending or something like that, or didn't call it a goaltending. So, yeah, they got robbed out of one game. They should be 3 games behind. But that's how the cookie crumbles sometime, and you shouldn't be in that position in the first place. I feel like if they do get in the playoffs, and I don't have them going any higher than the 8th seed, it'll be tough. Because you telling me that they'll be matching up with the Lakers for the first seed, for the first round of the playoffs, and I don't have no hope in them for that. I think that'd just be a sweep, if any. Well, I don't know. Portland may be able to squeeze a game out if that happens, but I think that they'll just be setting the Lakers up to go into the second round of the playoffs comfortably, because I don't feel like they have somebody to guard AD. I'm taking AD over Whiteside all day long. Then 2, I guess you could say you got Ariza for LeBron, but LeBron's going to just do so many things that Ariza, like, you can't really contain LeBron. Then a guard play, that's the thing that's going to get a little shaky. Because if Lillard is able to really catch that pocket and McCollum's able to really catch that pocket and go off, they may, I hate to say it, I really only got them winning one game if they play the Lakers, but Portland can give them a run for their money if the Lakers don't come with their heads on straight, man. Like, it'll be an all-hands-on-deck mission for sure. Like, Kuzma had to step up. Danny Green had to step up. Everybody had to step up. Caruso, even though he balls majority of the time, but they'll need all hands on deck for Dame and McCollum for sure. So that'll be one series to really watch for, and I would like to see them in that position more than Memphis too, because it's like Memphis some young dudes, and I'd rather let them get another year or 2 in before they really start, competing in the playoffs. So that's one thing I was also looking at, and lastly, the latest big thing that came across was the Wilder fight. So I wanted to give my early prediction on it. I'm gonna come back on Thursday when we shoot and give my final prediction. But I got Wilder. I got Wilder, of course, and it's looking like, to me, it's looking like no further than the 3rd round. I think he'll get Fury out of there quickly on Saturday. I feel like he'll just make a lesson of him. You know what I'm saying? I seen Wilder tweet the other day after Saturday, everybody would know the truth. And one thing I would like to say, Anthony Joshua, please don't run. Because once Wilder beats Fury, there's no reason to not fight Wilder. Joshua, you got all the belts. If Ruiz had all the belts, he was going to fight Wilder. It's just, I don't get it. That's like, I don't get why you don't want to do that, but that's the type of mentality you got to have. If you're not trying to prove, I'm the best out of all these guys, then that lets us know something about you, that you really don't feel like that, and you running from that fight. And I feel like that'll be just a fight, whether you lose it or not. That could be a trilogy within itself. That could get you $300 million. $100 million off each fight. It's easy, especially in the U.S. So I feel like, I don't know, I just hope he doesn't run for that fight. And I don't want to be too ahead of myself. I definitely want to see Wilder beat Fury convincingly. Like, I don't want to see the 12th round. No, I want to see him get out of there early, because I know he can, and I feel like Wilder has been developing the boxing skills and the boxing acumen to really get him out of there boxing-wise, as far as strength and as far as strength-wise too. Like, we all know you don't want to get caught on the other side of Wilder's right. Hell, you may not even want to get caught on the other side of his left. But yeah, you just gotta. I just want to see him beat Fury convincingly. I just hate how Fury was able to just be able to talk like, yeah, I mean, I beat him in every round. He just got me the last round. No, I don't want to even hear none of that. I want to see, you know what I'm saying, casket closed on this one. And that'll be a good one to make sure y'all stay tuned and watch on Saturday. I also checked out that Ryan Garcia fight. He did his thing. He knocked him out within 80 seconds. But I feel like it's time for him to move up in competition, whether that's Devin Haney or anybody, whether it's Lomachenko or anybody like that in that division. I feel like it's time for him to move up and fight the big dogs. You shouldn't just be fighting anybody now, you know. So we just got to keep an eye on that and make sure you all just keep an eye on just that division, the welterweight division, because I'm ready to see where what Spence got brewing. I know he should be announcing something soon if he hasn't already. So I just want to tune in for that, and we'll make sure whenever Spence announced something, or Crawford announced something, or Porter announced something, or Danny announced something, we gonna make sure we get it all and make sure we get that on the page for you all. But like I said, man, I don't really have nothing else. Dave, you got something?
Nah.
Man. Yeah, I don't think I got nothing else.
You broke it down.
I don't think I got nothing else, man. So like I said, man, shout out to the sponsors again, the Grind Magazine, man. Make sure you check them out. Small businesses, big businesses, any size business, man. You want to get out there and be in front of the people, especially the culture. Make sure you check out the Grind Magazine, man. They'll put you right in front of the people that you need to be. And speaking about being in front of the right people that you need to be in front of, make sure you check out Eastream Live Podcast Network, man. Again, Eastream Live Podcast Network, man. All potters, podcasters, everything. No matter what you have, you want to get it out there, even if you want to start it or take your podcast right now to the next level. Tap in with Eastream Live Podcast Network, man. They could provide distribution for you, just shooting it, anything, editing anything. Just reach out to them, and they could take you to the next level. And like I said, man, I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing else. Of course, shout out to National Sports Chat. Go make sure you go over there and follow us on IG, YouTube, Eastream Live, YouTube, everywhere, man. You can catch us everywhere. Twitter, you can catch National Sports Chat everywhere. We dropping good content every day. And just make sure you check in, tune in, make sure you follow, like, subscribe on everywhere. And DM us if you want to get in contact with us. We're not that hard to reach. We everywhere, man. So just get up with us, man, and keep rocking with the campaign. And I appreciate everybody for tapping in and joining in for this week of QuilleZone, man. And we out of here. Yes, sir.